Welcome to the Everything Podcast. And as you will know, if you watched yesterday afternoon's episode, that in today's episode I'll be recapping Dark Gallifrey Missy Part 2, which was originally released on the 20th of May 2025. And I'll record this episode only a couple of weeks later on the 8th of June 2025. But before that, please go and check out my recap of Dark Gallifrey Missy Part 1, which as of time of recording only came out today I think it was the 8th of June. But obviously as of time of recording this, no, as of time of you watching this episode, obviously it's been about a month. And if you can't find it for any reason, there is a Dark Gallifrey playlist, which is where this episode will end up as well. So as I've mentioned in previous episodes, that all of the ranges, Big Finish ranges have been separated, all of the Doctor 2 seasons have been separated, and all of the Neighbours' years have been separated, and a few other things as well, but that's just so they're easier to find. So without further ado, here is my recap of Dark Gallifrey Missy Part 2. We start off with the previously recap, and then Missy mentions being at the academy with the Doctor. Missy unlocks the Doctor's TARDIS. Missy gets annoyed at having to explain everything to Mortimer. Missy mentions her vortex manipulator is currently not working. Missy and Mortimer search for the Doctor. We then have the Dark Gallifrey theme tune. Missy interrupts the Dark Gallifrey theme tune. Missy asks Mortimer which Doctor he met. Missy describes the 12th Doctor. Missy believes that she is attractive. Missy seems to compliment the 10th and 11th Doctors. The Dark Gallifrey theme tune returns. Princess Alyssa asks Voltaire multiple questions. Sylvester McCoy's 7th Doctor appears. Missy mentions the structure of a ship. Mortimer introduces the HMS Phoenix. Missy compliments herself. Mortimer believes that Missy was correct earlier on, as he reveals he and Missy are 5 years in the past when the Doctor arrived. Mortimer mentions his family and his younger self. Missy summarises what Mortimer has just said. The Doctor believes this planet shouldn't exist. Princess Alyssa informs the Doctor what is currently going wrong on this planet. The Doctor mentions the British Empire. The Doctor attempts to explain himself. The Doctor mentions his TARDIS being unreliable. The Doctor describes a specific species. Someone believes the Doctor's TARDIS will never work again. The Doctor believes he is good at multitasking. Princess Alyssa knows that the Doctor is a Time Lord. Princess Alyssa reveals her feelings towards Time Lords. Mortimer spoils that the princess will soon become queen. Missy mentions some of the Doctor's actions. Missy explains her complex relationship with the Doctor. Missy and the 7th Doctor meet each other. Mortimer checks in with Missy. Missy believes she and Mortimer must leave immediately. Someone orders other people to locate Mortimer and Missy. Missy reveals why he should never meet an earlier Doctor than the 12th Doctor. Missy mentions the Time War. Mortimer finds somewhere for him and Missy to hide. Mortimer ignores Missy panicking about meeting the 7th Doctor. Mortimer mentions Scratch. Missy believes neither her or Mortimer should be able to interact with Scratch and the 7th Doctor. Mortimer mentions the audience. Missy mentions Mortimer being human. Missy is arrested. Mortimer attempts to reunite with Scratch. Scratch doesn't recognise Mortimer. Mortimer asks for Scratch's help. Mortimer mentions Scratch's daughter. Scratch agrees to help Mortimer. Scratch protects Mortimer from being found. Missy mentions her previous escapes from prison cells. Missy insults prison guards. The Doctor and Missy meet for a second time. The Doctor notices Missy's vortex manipulator. Missy pretends she's Captain Jack Harkness. The Doctor works out that Missy is an incarnation of the Master. The Doctor believes the Master has no regenerations left. Missy corrects the Doctor. Missy believes the Doctor has destroyed the universe. Scratch convinces Mortimer to tell him more about himself. Mortimer mentions Missy. Mortimer and Scratch disagree over the ability to time travel. Scratch mentions paradoxes. Mortimer informs Scratch of some events from his future. Mortimer seems to convince Scratch to change the future. The Doctor insults Missy multiple times. Missy reveals why she likes the existence of the universe. Missy mentions Mortimer. Missy has issues with the Doctor calling his friends companions. The Doctor mentions Ace whilst mentioning them having a fallout. The Doctor reveals why he now travels on his own. Missy mentions this ship is about to crash. Missy mentions life crystals. Missy spoils that the king is now dead and Princess Alyssa will soon become Queen Alyssa. The HMS Scorpion is mentioned. Missy suggests that the Doctor hold on. Missy laughs. Missy and Mortimer mention the malevolence. Not the easiest name of a villain. Here we go again. The Malevolence communicates with the ship's captain. Missy attempts to work out who is still alive. The Doctor remains alive. Missy mentions being present at the Doctor's next regeneration, whilst also mentioning some events from Doctor Who's 1996 movie, which contains the 7th Doctor's regeneration and the introduction, and only full-length episode, really, or appearance of Paul McGann's 8th Doctor, obviously in on TV, because it was a TV movie. But obviously Paul McGann has been doing Big Finish for like 25 years, so it's kind of, and obviously he's been in The Night of the Doctor, which was a webisode, and obviously in Jodie Whittaker's final episode. More on Jodie Whittaker in a future episode. You might have gathered what I'm talking about. The Doctor reveals her theory to Missy. Missy mentions the laws of physics. Missy believes she and the Doctor don't have to abide to the normal rules of the universe. Missy calls one of the Doctor's comments ridiculous until she agrees with the Doctor. The Doctor chooses to keep Missy in her cell. Someone mentions the ship's captain now being dead. The Malevolence speaks to this person. This person asks for protection. Missy escapes from her cell. Missy recognises the voice of the Malevolence. Missy kills one member of the Malevolence. Princess Alyssa and Voltaire reunite. Voltaire mentions the HMS Scorpion. The Doctor mentions hope. Princess Alyssa attempts to resurrect the ship's captain. Voltaire explains how life crystals work. The Doctor mentions being 900 years old, as well as mentioning Missy. Missy introduces herself to Scratch. Missy mentions Gallifrey, as well as the difference between can't and shouldn't. Missy believes Scratch is currently being stupid. Missy has no issue with consequences. The Doctor mentions the ship's captain. The Doctor refers to the Cybermen. Voltaire corrects the Doctor. The Doctor asks for time and space to build something. The ship starts moving again. Missy corrects Scratch. Missy introduces herself to Voltaire. Missy communicates with the Doctor by phone. Missy reveals why she likes the 7th Doctor, as well as Missy reveals why she likes the 7th Doctor, as well as why she's doing what she's currently doing. Missy mentions Axons and Sea Devils, as well as being evil. The Doctor gives Missy some advice. Missy disagrees with the Doctor's belief that every life is the same. Missy wants this universe to universe? That was strange pronunciation. Let me try again. Missy wants this universe to obey her. Missy mentions there being no Time Lords in this universe. Missy mentions the Doctor never giving her the chance to prove him wrong about her. Missy refuses to do what the Doctor wants her to. Missy celebrates saving Mortimer's family. Princess Alyssa mentions some vaults. The Doctor stops the ship from crashing. Missy congratulates Mortimer and Scratch. Missy mentions Mortimer being an orphan. The Doctor knows what a particular liquid is. The Doctor works out that Voltaire is dying. The Doctor promises to stay with Voltaire. Mortimer asks Missy a question about his mental well-being. Missy mentions hearing the sound of drums when she was the War Master. Obviously, the side note, obviously all my recaps of Dark Gallifrey, the War Master, are already on the channel, as they are in, as well as being in the Dark Gallifrey playlist, and John Sims Master as portrayed in Series 3's Utopia, The Sound of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords. Missy corrects Mortimer and calls him her best friend. Missy says goodbye for now to Mortimer. The Doctor remains with Voltaire. Voltaire refuses to be resurrected by life crystals. Missy mentions SpongeBob. The Doctor doesn't know who SpongeBob is. The Doctor is annoyed at Missy. The Doctor blames Missy for Voltaire's death. The Doctor believes with the current resources available, the Malevolence cannot be stopped. Mortimer gives Scratch a tour of his hometown. Mortimer sees his younger self. Scratch starts to panic about his and Mortimer's timelines. Scratch mentions Missy. Mortimer refuses to enter his childhood home. Scratch refers to other issues him and Mortimer must face. Princess Alyssa learns what the automatons do. I think. Are or do? We'll go with do. Because I've written do, which isn't right. Princess Alyssa wants to build an army. The Doctor doubts his ability to save everyone. Missy proposes a theory whilst mentioning a line the 9th Doctor says. More on the 9th Doctor in a future episode. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. And if you don't, you don't. And you'll find out at some point soonish. The Doctor double-crosses Missy and plans on using the remaining life crystal to reboot his TARDIS. Missy mentions one of her previous incarnations. The Doctor invites Missy to join him. Missy mentions consequences. Missy reminds the Doctor of the consequences of his actions. Missy informs the Seventh Doctor of the Time War between the Time Lords and the Daleks. Missy reminds the Seventh Doctor of some of his previous actions. Missy mentions Davros. Missy reveals what happened to Voltaire's home planet. Missy blames the Doctor for starting the Time War. Missy kills the Seventh Doctor. The Doctor begs Missy to set him free. The Doctor starts to regenerate. Missy mentions how similar all of the modern Doctor Who regenerations are, kind of referring specifically to like the yellowy orangey light that occurs, and you can actually hear start to happen to the Seventh Doctor. Missy mocks the Doctor's speeches. The Doctor screams. Missy believes the Doctor will never be able to regenerate. Missy says goodbye to the Doctor, and Missy reveals her feelings towards the Doctor no longer existing. And that is my recap of Dark Gallifrey Missy Part 2. But don't worry, you've not got long to wait for the returns of Missy and the Seventh Doctor as follows, because Missy will return in Dark Gallifrey Missy Part 3, which was released in June 2025. As of time of recording this episode on the 8th of June 2025, there is no trailer, but probably in Big Finish fashion, one will come out tomorrow. But anyway, but now to the Seventh Doctor, who will return in the Seventh Doctor Adventures Pass Forward, which also released in June 2025. But what's strange is we do have a trailer, so here's the trailer for the Seventh Doctor Adventures Passed Forward.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Seventh Doctor Adventures, Passed Forward.
I'm not sure closing the door will work.
I reckon we're in the wrong year again.
Oh dear.
Wait here. I'll try and find a newspaper.
Then if there's one inside this room already, you'll have trapped it here with you. Do you hear that?
What? Harry?
Something in the air. Cries of pain.
Pain?
I have to see them. They can't move if I can see them.
Could you come with us? We have a situation.
Of course you do.
I don't know where to look. Tell me where to look.
Weeping angels. Oh, Doctor, I never thought I'd see you again. Well, you look like you've been in a fire. Your hat's all singed.
Catastrophics. You fix disasters, create them, and then charge people for surviving them.
I'm sorry, Naomi. I would never have sent you to a future like this.
You didn't. The angel did.
One question. Do you play chess?
Actually, what is that? A chess piece? Nick, seriously, calm down.
They're talking to you, aren't they? Whispering in your ear.
Don't take your eyes off them. Don't blink.
Until the Doctor comes.
Yes.
Just keep stirring.
We're not getting out of this, are we?
No, we're not.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for Dark Gallifrey. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That was the trailer for the Seventh Doctor Adventures Pass Forward, which I showed you that because that's the next time you'll hear me talk about the Seventh Doctor. And as of time of recording, so as I said, I record multiple times in this episode. I'm recording this episode on the 8th of June 2025. The Seventh Doctor Adventures Pass Forward comes out on the 10th of June 2025. So kind of, it should be relatively soonish. Hopefully, I'm not going to say how many days because I've not written or recorded it yet because obviously it's not out. And there's one before that which I'll get onto in tomorrow's episode because I'm still not entirely sure. Tomorrow's Big Finish episode, that is. But on to this afternoon's episode, which, as you will have noticed, tends to be TV focused, and that is returning to Ramsay Street after a long while now. So here is the trailer for, I think it's still the same. It's the newest Neighbours trailer. It should be Darcy's Reign of Terror. If it's another one, obviously I'll explain after the trailer. But here is the trailer for Darcy's Reign of Terror.
There is something not right about Darcy. There hasn't been from the start.
The way forward is to know what you want and go for it.
The idea of us as a family, I can't think of anything better.
I know what you're playing at, Chelsea.
Darcy, what aren't you telling me?
Are you sure about Jane's motives?
Don't you follow me!
Mum, please don't walk away.
Nobody can know about this, do you understand? What's something going on with you and Chelsea?
She manipulated you once. I'm not going to have her do it again.
Tess. You don't have to do this.
I have no choice.
I haven't come this far to back away now.
just wish you'd minded your own business.
That was the teaser for Darcy's Reign of Terror, so I was correct. It is the newest Neighbours trailer or teaser as of time of recording. And I showed you that because in tomorrow's episode, I am recapping, not tomorrow's episode, made that mistake, this afternoon's episode rather, I am releasing my recap will be, let me try that again. In this afternoon's episode, I will be recapping Neighbours episode 9235. For back to this episode, let me know what you thought of Dark Gallifrey Missy Part 2. If you listened to it, my recap. If you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below. As well as anything else from the channel, such as any previews or recaps, put those in the comments below as well. As remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you later on today for my recap of Neighbours episode 9235. See you then. Goodbye.